So I was thinking about how the press, the whole thing of journalists going along with the Democratic Party getting so embedded with these journalists who are obviously people trained at like Langley and shit like that. The weird thing of this weird tie between, the big tech companies' staff and people who were former Quantico FBI people. The Democrats don't really understand that journalists, left of the center and mainstream journalists, actually keep this completely well-documented, totally accurate information from them. The real detailed information about gun violence, when you find out, like, no, this really is a problem for pretty much poor people generally, but also poor Black American young males. That almost outside of that group, you're just not finding a whole lot of wild and crazy gunfighting going on. A crime, and a generally violent crime, and that you got basically about 1% of the society, and if you were to just keep them locked up for until they can't breed, you'll probably find within about 2 generations you'll not have this issue that much at all. There's a lot of this kind of stuff that that what it comes down to is that the truth proves liberals wrong and their worldview wrong. But now it's starting to become that, okay, well, what was the next step? To insert Marxists into corporate art so that you got all this shit product in the theaters and shit entertainment. Well, now that collapse cannot be denied and it can't be stopped. So the cultural war is going to eventually turn into the cultural peace, as I call it, that art is going to actually matter again. I'm finding generally the right has not really engaged in this a lot. Like they kind of have and kind of haven't. But honestly, a lot of people on the right are sort of more eclectic and fashionable than at first it started. And so I'm actually I'm like, no, let this just go organically and don't be too much of a critic of it. But Proud to Be an American is cringe. That song is cringe. There needs to be sort of more good songs along, kind of not so much along those lines, this openly like weirdly political kind of thing. Like there's Americans are really good at music. So it's just, like rock again. We need rock and roll again. Like not this thing like 90s rock and on. We need that kind of niche, like Burger Records, Link Ray, the Sonics, like rock and roll. What was it? Conway Twitty, rockabilly, like that. We need that, like rock and roll, like, what's his face in the Honey Bears, Black Joe. Oh gosh, like Black Joe Jackson and the Honey Bears. I forget his. I'd have to look it up. I can't believe I'm forgetting. It shows I need to spin my records, don't I? But yeah, this is, there's the aspect of the cultural piece. If you can't capture that and hold it, it doesn't matter if you have journalists and people like Destiny kind of trying to befuddle people. It's like, no, we see what you, look at this. Everything you guys are about is like really not good looking and it sounds bad and, and they're tied to it now. They're tied to Lady Gaga Joker musical a la Do, no. Oh, it's so whack. So whack. The whackness. They are the whack attack. All right, time for coffee. Later.